I love the way that Michaela did her yearly wrap up of favorites, so I'm gonna like follow suit a little bit and apply my favorites as I talk about them. I need to talk about skincare in another video, so just know that there are so many that I've loved, but for skin prep, so prep before makeup, I've really loved the Glow Recipe Watermelon Dewdrops. I have dry skin, so I need to hydrate before I start my makeup. These are just really lightweight and they blend well with makeup, and look at the glow. They add such a nice glow. Please take a second to look at my brows. My brows are naturally super full. A lot of brow companies like try to work with me with like their brow enhancements and stuff. I would be lying through my teeth if I said I needed a brow enhancement. I have to pluck these every single day. Maybe someday I'll need one, but definitely not right now. But what I do need is a nice gel to tame them and keep them in place while I wear my makeup. So I have two favorites. One's looking a little weird right now. Why does it look like that? It is the e.l.f. Brow Lift. This is a $6 one. I think it's like cold in here and that's why it looks like that. The more expensive favorite is Bay Brow. This is the Hold Up Brow Wax. Clearly I have loved both of them this year, so I'm gonna do one of each. The e.l.f. for me is definitely a dupe of the Anastasia Brow Freeze. I feel like they perform pretty much exactly the same, and I'm using the Anastasia brush for this brow. I think that it's just like hardening a little bit in the jar. It might be time for a repurchase. And with Bay Brow, I'm using a Patrick Ta brush that I just love because it's gold and it looks luxe. But both of these just keep my brows in place, and I would say the Bay Brow definitely gives you more of that like laminated, stuck to your face type of look, but both of them are comfortable, not crusty, and they look really good. So this is like subtle differences. I forgot to mention, these are my favorites of the year. So I feel like there are lifetime favorites that I could also talk about, but I want to focus on favorites of the year. With that being said, this is my primer favorite, the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. They recently came out with a niacinamide version as well, but they knocked it out of the park. I mean, they duped high-end gripping primers with this product. I could be wrong though. I feel like the cost per weight or something might be similar to the Milk Hydro Grip, like if you actually break down the cost, but I apply my gripping primers with my Duo Fiber from Sigma. This is part of my Sigma favorites brush set if you guys want to check it out. I just don't like getting sticky primer on my hands, and that's exactly what a gripping primer is. So we're gonna let that sit, and then we're gonna talk about foundation. These, you guys, this is my drugstore foundation favorite. It's the L'Oreal True Match Nude Hyaluronic Tinted Serum. If you're looking for a nice, dewy, beautiful skin-like coverage, I mean, this is it. Something that this foundation unfortunately does not have is SPF. So I have two high-end favorites that have SPF in them that helps me really easily incorporate that into my makeup routine. One is the Kosas Revealer Foundation. Absolutely stunning coverage. It's natural looking, but it's more high coverage than what I have going on right now. And then the Rare Beauty Tinted Moisturizer Drops. I love these for everyday wear. This has SPF 20 and it just fuses really well with other makeup products, so I wanted to talk about those. One concealer outdid all others, and it was actually not hard at all for me to choose this. This is the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Luminous Matte Concealer, mine is in the shade Cotton Candy. It's everything that I want in a concealer. It's brightening, it has coverage, it doesn't crease on me. It's actually a little bit hydrating for my dry under eyes, and it just looks absolutely stunning. I'll be surprised if another concealer is made in the new year that outdoes this one for me. I have a bronzer favorite and a contour favorite. Today we're bronzing, so we're going to talk about the bronzer. This is the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer. It's a mouthful. I love it so much, clearly. I have been digging into it. This is just a enhancement. Like, it is exactly what it says it is. It's a skin enhancer. It just adds a little bit of warmth and dimension without being too much. It's a perfect cream product. I hope you can see what it did. It's like so easy to use and so fast. I would call this one a game changer. Mine is in the shade Light, and you know what? We might as well do both. So my favorite contour, which is also kind of a bronzer, is the Basma Beauty Foundation Stick in the shade 14. So it's a nice deep shade. And I'm gonna try the high cheekbone contour. This blends like an absolute dream. It actually is such a beautiful foundation as well. And you can see this is not like a cool tone contour either. It's definitely more of a bronzer, but I use it to more shape my face than bronze my face most days. I actually am remembering my love for the stick itself, so I regret not mentioning that as a foundation favorite. I use the shade 30 as my all over the face foundation. Blush is my favorite category of makeup right now, so it's extremely hard for me to narrow this down. I'm gonna mention two that I think I've used the most in the past year. One is Rare Beauty. This is the shade Happy. I had to hunt it down so it like is more special to me. And then the Cheek Dew from ColourPop in the shade Hotline. This also performs as a highlighter. Blush completely transforms my face, I feel. The Happy blush literally makes me happy. I apply the ColourPop one with a fan brush to give a little highlighted dewy cheek. Laura Mercier makes my favorite powders. This is the Ultra Blur, which is talc free. I'm just gonna apply this underneath my eyes, to my forehead, my upper lip because it sweats, and my chin. I do this with a minuscule amount because I actually prefer doing this, but I do feel like it can be a little bit overboard if I do no powdering. So this is my go-to when I am going to wear powder, and you can see I just apply the tiniest amount. This next category is damn near impossible for me because I love my eyeshadow so much. I am trying so many eyeshadows all year long, but keeping it to this past year and narrowing it down based on how often I use them, I've chosen two palettes that kind of stole my heart at the end of the year, and I have not looked back. So first up is the Huda Beauty Empowered palette. I reach for this all the time for my go-to bronze look, which is what I'm going to do today. And then, man, have I loved the Ethereal Eyes from Makeup by Mario. I'm a neutral lover, so I don't stray from that very often unless I'm getting like creative and having fun, which I do sometimes, but mostly neutral. These two do it for me. I'm about to do my sloppy bronze eyeshadow look, so that is on TikTok if you want a detailed tutorial. The base shadow is done with the Empowered palette, and then we have another favorite, which is so weird for me, but a liquid eyeshadow. This is from Pixie by Petra. It's available in Target. This is the Fairy Lights in the shade Bare Brilliance, and I've been using it as a topper for my sloppy bronze look, and it's just everything to me. I need to buy a backup. I'm obsessed with this. I do wish they had more shades that gives what this shade gives. Like same formula, same glitter, different color. This year I chose not to gatekeep these eyelashes, and it hasn't bit me in the ass yet. So hopefully they don't sell out or raise the price too high, but these are the Amazon lashes that I have continuously talked about over here and everywhere else. I'm obsessed with them. They look so beautiful. I do have to trim them down a little bit. They are linked on my storefront, and right now they're under $10. I love it. It really transforms my face. Mascara is so boring to me, and I feel like you definitely don't need to pay a high-end price for mascara. I love the L'Oreal Telescopic, and I always will, but I made the decision to buy the Tarte tubing and the Tartelette tubing, I think. Yes. And look at that. I love it for lower lashes. So my favorite mascara. The Lip Contour 2.0 from Huda Beauty is still my favorite lip pencil. This is the shade Muted Pink. I narrowed it down to two lipsticks that kind of do the same thing and kind of are the same color. I love a pinky nude. I love a comfortable matte finish. This is BB Spice from ColourPop and Dolly from Buxom. And I can't live without my Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. And that's it.